Morning everybody. Yesterday we looked at length, converting millimetres and centimetres and metres and kilometres. Today we're looking at volume and we're looking at weight. Volume is to do with liquids and weight is to do with how heavy, how much something weighs. Okay, so volume, you're looking at litres and millilitres, and weight, you're looking at grams and kilograms. And the principles for converting them are the same. So you need to take your TJ book and you need to turn to page 141. Okay, so our learning objective is to convert between different units of volume and different weights. Okay, now the first page is all to do with the volume, so we'll look at that first. It says, since there are 1,000 millilitres in a litre, to change from one to the other, you have to multiply or divide by 1,000. Okay, so if you're going from litres to millilitres, you're timesing by 1,000. And if you're going from millilitres to litres, you're dividing by 1,000. So if we look at the examples, example 1, you've got 9 litres and 200 millilitres. Okay, so what we do is we times 9 by 1,000. That's your 9 litres, 1,000 millilitres in a litre, so you times that by 9, and then you add the 200. So it's 9,000 plus 200, and that equals 9,200 millilitres. Okay, example 2, we're going the other way, so now we've got millilitres and we're converting it to litres, so we've got 8,300 millilitres. So now we're going to divide by 1,000. So 8,300 divided by 1,000 becomes 8 litres, remainder 300. So 8 litres, 300 millilitres. Now example 3 is a bit more tricky. You have to do a little bit more maths before you start the sum, because we've got 6 1/4 litres. If you're not sure what 1/4 of a litre is, you need to do that bit of the sum first. So if there are 1,000 millilitres in a litre, 1/4 of a litre is 1,000 divided by 4, which gives us 250. Okay, so we start off doing 6 times 1,000, and then we add to that the 1,000 divided by 4, which is 250. So we get 6,000 plus 250, which is 6,250. That all sounds a bit complicated. It's not as complicated as it sounds, and I'm sure you can all manage that. If you're not sure, definitely come to the Zoom meeting and we'll go through that bit again. So your first task today is to do exercise 2, which is changing the following to millilitres. So if you're changing from litres to millilitres, you're going to times by 1,000. Okay. Remember, you're only timesing the litres by 1,000. The extra millilitres on the end, you just add that on. Okay. And then question 2. The questions are in millilitres and you've got to convert them to litres. So this time you're going to divide by 1,000. So you've got 3,000 millilitres, and in litres you divide that by 1,000, you get 3 litres. Okay. If you're not sure or you forget what you're doing halfway through, you just have another quick look up here. Okay, it tells you exactly what to do. When you finish page 141, you need to turn over to page 142. It's very similar, although instead of dealing with volume this time, we're now dealing with weight. Okay, so the units of weight we're looking at are grams and kilograms. So a gram is a small unit used to weigh objects, and it indicates how heavy the object is. A packet of crisps weighs about 30 grams. A kilogram is made up of 1,000 grams. And it says scales are used to weigh objects. Here you go. If you fill a hollow cube of side 1 centimetre with water, it will weigh 1 gram. Now, there's some examples here, and it's similar to what you were doing with the volume. So 3 kilograms, if you want to put that into grams, you're going to times it by 1,000. Okay, so that's 3 times 1,000. So kilograms to grams, you times by 1,000. If you're going the other way, grams to kilograms, you're going to divide by 1,000. Okay. I don't think I need to give you any more information than that. You need to then do exercise 3. So your tasks today are page 141 and page 142, exercise 2 and exercise 3. At the end of when you finish that, you can mark your work and send a picture of what you've done. The answers at the back of the book. Be brilliant. If you're a bit unsure, come to the Zoom lesson and we'll go through it again. I think it is straightforward. It's just remembering which way you have to go. So whether you're dividing by 1,000 or timesing by 1,000, but you can all do this. Be brilliant, and I might see some of you at the Zoom lesson.